Chapter 10 of Yellowface starts with June being a hermit because she hated the experience she had in Chapter 9. To be fair, so did I. June starts off complaining that awards don't mean anything anymore. Awards in this industry are very silly and arbitrary. Less a marker of prestige or literary quality and more an indication that you've won a popularity contest with a very small, skewed group of voters. Here we go with the cognitive dissonance again. I guarantee you that Oscars So White was not started by normal people. I thought that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith started the Oscars So White hashtag, but it turns out the campaign to ruin award ceremonies was the fault of a woman named April Rain.
The Oscar nominations were happening. There were no people of color nominated in any of the acting categories. We're talking.
April says that in 2015 she got annoyed because all the Oscar nominees were white.
I picked up my phone, jumped on Twitter, and said, Oscar So White, they asked to touch my hair. Oscar So White, they've got a perfect credit score.
Wait, does that one say it's a bad thing to have a good credit score? You're making fun of people with good credit scores? Who are you, Dave Ramsey? It didn't matter that the actors were good. It was a problem because they were white. What a racist way to look at the Oscars. Everything is racist when you're part of the left. Just for fun, I did some research. I examined the Oscar Best Actor and Actress nominees from 2007 to 2014 to determine the number of non-white actors nominated. Here's what I found. In 2007, Forrest Whitaker, Will Smith, and Penelope Cruz were nominated. In 2008, Javier Bardem was up for an award. In 2010, Morgan Freeman and Gabourey Sidibe were nominated. In 2011, Javier Bardem was nominated again.
What it means when people are nominated and when they win.
It proves he's a good actor. He got nominated twice.
It's not rocket science.
Does the left see that, though? No. They only care about how many white actors were nominated, in addition to Javier.
Racist policies.
In 2012, Viola Davis and Demian Bashir were nominated. In 2013, Q Wallace was nominated. And finally, in 2014, Chiwetel Ejiofor was up for an award. Between 2007 to 2014, except 2009, there was at least one non-white actor nominated in the Best Actor and Actress categories. This doesn't even account for the other categories. I really hate Marxists whining about stuff like this because now we have the problem where the Academy Awards pledged for the ceremony to have a quota of non-white people.
The Academy Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences, the folks committed to doubling the number of people of color and doubling the number of women within their membership ranks by 2020.
Now, you won't know whether your award was given to you by merit or quota, and that's a terrible feeling. Thank you so much, April Rain, for ruining award ceremonies for all of us. When you only base awards on people's appearances instead of their talent, you render all awards pointless. When you support DEI, you render writing talent pointless. Welcome to the consequences of your own ridiculous actions. Proletariat. Working class or common people in a society. What am I reading, Karl Marx? Yeah, actually I am, aren't I? This word just means working class people or common people, but Karl Marx used it in his Communist Manifesto to pit people against each other, so when I hear it, I tie it to him. It tells me a lot about authors who choose to use this word, especially in a fiction novel. June meets with two Hollywood executives who work for Greenhouse Productions, and she says this. I know their puppy dog act is meant to set me at ease, but instead I'm now stiff with nerves. Once again, she has a problem with people being kind to her because she cannot handle it. I can't say I blame her since she is part of the left and everyone on that side is incredibly rude. What would you have them do? Call you an insufferable cow? June shows her lack of intelligence again by saying this. I guess Hollywood isn't too keen on taking a risk on films about Asian people.
You're a liar.
The Joy Luck Club, Crazy Rich Asians, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Memoirs of a Geisha, Slumdog Millionaire, Lion, Marco Polo, Shogun, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Kim's Convenience, Fresh Off the Boat, Disney's Mulan, Disney's Aladdin, and Marvel's Shang-Chi. Those are just the ones I came up with off the top of my head. Spare me your Marxist victim bullshit that Hollywood doesn't make shows about Asians. Stop lying to me, okay?
Fuck's sakes.
Arch comment, a sly, mischievous, or condescending remark often delivered with a knowing air of superiority or irony. Okay, so answering like a bint, it's no wonder no one likes you. Caffeine goes straight to my bladder and I have a sudden, vicious urge to pee. Again, why do I need to know about June's bowel movements? I'm not her doctor. This doesn't move the storyline forward at all. I don't understand why Kwang is doing this. Is it just a projection of her own life? Are you drinking too much water? My bladder bulges. God, just excuse yourself and go to the pissing bathroom. Later, June thinks this to herself. I've never wanted to have much control over my film adaptations. What previous film adaptations have you had? You've only written one book, which was a failed debut. Gotta love that Marxist short-term memory loss. Social media is always abuzz with gossip about this or that novelist who had a falling out with the director. You could be a decent person and this wouldn't happen, although that might be too much to ask of June. The fact that you even think this would be a problem says that you know you're insufferable. On page 108, June says this, Elle Fanning will star as Annie Waters. But on page 105, when Justin asks her this, any big stars you always had in mind while writing? June responds with this, I didn't have any actors when I was writing in mind. On page 108, Kwang forgot what she wrote on page 105. At the end of this train wreck identifying as Chapter 10, Kwang shares too much information with all the mentions of June needing to use the bathroom for absolutely no reason. Now we have this for June's character qualities. June is a rude, fraudulent, narcissistic, insecure, jealous, vindictive, socially anxious, gaslighting, cowardly, unintelligent plagiarist. This list is getting impressive for all the wrong reasons. I didn't know you could pack so many unpleasant qualities into one person and not have them explode their evil all over the place.